What's up, guys? It's Evan Plays Roblox, and today I'm going to be watching Jessie V. Watch out for the shadow. Watch out for the Hatman. I have never seen this video before, and she's like my favorite YouTuber. I watch her every day. She's like, I love her. Okay, let's get started.
Look.com for you guys to send your true and scary stories to. A lot of you guys actually even have really great dreams. And us to use it. So if you have a stuffy note, website, I will handheld diffuse. Usual, I might be.
Let's go.
You and your team need to get things done. With Monday.com, it's easy, fun, and simple. Just add the workflow that suits you. Whether you're a small team or a big...
Looking down sometimes because I am referencing some things because I can't memorize everything, guys. So we have talked about shadow people in a video before, and the Hatman is classified in the group of shadow people. He's kind of a little bit different at the same time. So the Hatman is a shadow person that has been found all over the world. There are tons of stories of people seeing the Hatman. As I said before, even you guys have seen the Hatman. So the entity is usually described as a tall shadow man dressed in a long black trench coat and wearing a wide-brimmed hat or a fedora. He is distinctively male, and witnesses say that he has no face or has a shadowy, blurred face. So you can't really see anything detailed on him. Most shadow entities are usually seen for a moment or two before disappearing, but the Hatman seems to be different, and he often stays for a prolonged period of time. Sometimes he even touches his victims, which is very, very rare for like ghosts or shadow people. Usually they just freak you out. They don't actually come up to you and physically touch you. Another aspect of the Hatman that is eerie and more sinister than other shadow people is that the Hatman is often associated with hostile environments. So I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but a lot of the time shadow people show up if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if something bad has happened in your family, if you've experienced loss. It usually sort of follows dread and sadness and stuff like that. The Hatman also seems to take pleasure in the terror he causes, and witnesses have reported the feeling that the Hatman is somehow feeding off of their fear. Other witnesses have reported that the Hatman sometimes has glowing red eyes or black featureless solid eyes. I don't know what this was. And others have said that the Hatman is like a fallen angel. So then underneath this article, there's actually a fallen angel was. And others list solid eyes. I don't know what this was. I don't know what this was. And others have said that the Hatman is like a fallen angel. So then underneath this article, there's actually a lot of paragraphs of different people that have seen the Hatman. It's actually scary how many paragraphs I'm scrolling through right now. Like, it's endless. Like, I'm probably reading past like 200 at this point. Like, for some reason, this is just the most common entity that people see. And I think what freaks me out the most is how it says it's like prolonged, because with shadow people, usually if you're like walking by your room, you'll sort of see it on the side of your eye. But apparently with this Hatman, when you see him, he doesn't like disappear, he doesn't run away, he like just lingers there. And I actually have a story that I haven't told you guys yet. I think I did mention it on one of my YouNow streams, but it scared me so much that I didn't really want to come on here and talk about it because it was so real. It happened back when I was sick in December. I was really sick. I know I've already made a video about this, but I had been lying in bed for for 2 weeks, literally so ill that I could not move. And there was this one night where I was lying in bed and I couldn't fall asleep because I wasn't feeling well at all. And I was just looking around the room, everything was fine, and all of a sudden, at the very end of my bed, there was this really tall, shadowed figure. I couldn't see any detail on him, I just saw that it was like a man's silhouette. It was so tall and lanky, and it didn't have like an obvious like hat like the Hatman does. was. But where his head was, I mean, it could have been wearing a hat. I'm not too sure. I was just so freaked out by the fact that I saw this figure, and it didn't disappear when I saw it. It just lingered there. And I was so stunned and shocked with fear that I laid there for what felt like minutes looking at it. And then I woke Ty up and I was like, Ty, do you see that? And he looked at me and he's like, yeah, what is that? And we both just lied there in such confusion until it just went away. It was the weirdest thing that I've probably ever experienced. And I mean, maybe I've talked about it on here. I don't remember talking about it on here. I do remember mentioning it on You Now, but it was very, very strange. And just to read some of the things that people are saying, it says, I saw him at the age of 5 and never forgot it. The only difference was that the Hat Man was a glowing orange to red. That's interesting. I haven't heard that before. He came from the door to my parents' room and walked towards me, slowly raising his hand out as to touch me as he got closer. I screamed just before he actually made contact and he disappeared. He had a fedora-styled hat and no halo. Because I guess people are saying like sometimes he could be a fallen angel, which I don't really believe that sort of thing. I believe in angels, but I believe that they're up in heaven and sort of watching over us. Someone said, I saw him while I was at my grandparents' house on the computer. I was 6 years old, and I saw him in between the bathroom and the laundry room doors. My aunt even saw him in the middle of the night in her parents' room. He doesn't only come when you're sleeping, and apparently it's a warning sign that something bad will happen to you or your loved one, which, like, when I saw that figure at the bottom of my bed, I called my mom the next day and I was just crying. And I was like, Mom, what if this is a really bad sign? Like, obviously it came to me when I was really, really sick. Like, I was actually scared that I was going to die or something. Like, I didn't know what it meant. And my mom's like, Jess, it's okay. Just try not to think about it. Like, I was so scared that it was a sign that something bad was going to happen. Wow. So I'm reading that there is a 42-year-old that for the past 10 years, the Hat Man just continuously finds him in his dreams. So it's almost like every single dream this man has, the Hat Man invades, which is super creepy. Oh my God. Gosh, I just read one that is so scary. It says, when my brother was little, one time he saw the Hat Man crawling on the ceiling. He was like 3 or 4 and now he is 20 and he said he will never forget it. And he knows it was the Hat Man because he remembered seeing the image of the Hat Man online and he knew right away that that's what he saw. I don't know why, but in like horror movies or anything, whenever like the creepy monster or whatever like crawls on the side of the walls or the ceilings, that always gets me. That is
Also, bye guys, subscribe, comment.